Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you're returning, girl, hey, I know it's been a minute. Don't be mad at me in the comments. So today's video is going to be a Valentine's Day video. If you haven't been watching my Instagram, make sure you go over to my Instagram because I did do this set for Too Cute's nail competition for Valentine's Day. This is actually my second entry. I already did a first one. I didn't record that one, sadly. I should have because it was so cute. But head over to my Instagram and like those two pictures if you haven't already, period. So the one of the requirements for the competition is that you have to use these tips. And I wasn't really mad at that anyway because these tips are very bomb. This is actually a collaboration with Kiki on Instagram. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see it in the bag, but I'm gonna still make sure I put it in the description box. And if you don't know Kiki, she does very long nails, bomb nails at that, super cute. And her and Too Cute collabed and made these tips, so I'm actually using them as tips. I'm cutting the welt off. You can leave the welt on if you want. You can try to use it as a full cover tip if you want, but I personally prefer to just cut the welt off and just glued them on as regular tips. Okay, not gonna lie, I was low-key struggling to show y'all this because the nails were just so long, they could barely fit in the frame. So it's kind of like a pro and a con because it's like you can do anything with them, but they're just so long to the point where it's hard to kind of maneuver with them, but still bomb. I'm going to go ahead and cut them down to length. Normally I use my scissors, but I didn't have a lot of my supplies ready at this time because as y'all know, I just moved. I'm in Atlanta now and a lot of my stuff is still in boxes. So I just had to use what I could at the moment. Now to shape them, I'm not going to use a hand file because I did do the pop off method because I wasn't going to keep these on. And I was so scared that I was going to accidentally pop one off. So I'm going to go in with my mandrel with a medium sanding grit. I'm not going to use fine because sometimes I feel like the fine is too soft and it's not really doing anything. So I like to use the medium. Just go along the sides. Be very gentle still because you don't want to eat away too much of the nail tip because then you're going to be in trouble. So go ahead and actually just lightly refine the shape of it because the tips already come very square, so less is more. Now it's time for the stars of the show. We have this very pretty red acrylic called Heartbreaker and this very pretty shimmery nude pinkish color called Fairy Dust, and they're both by Too Cute. So make sure you guys go shop and use my code TipTop to save some coins on your next purchase. Now this color right here is so gorgeous. I honestly wanted to do all of my nails of using this base and just leave them like that, but I had to do this nail competition. Well, I didn't have to, I wanted to. But this color, whenever I use pretty shimmers like this, it just does something to me every single time. I love it. And of course, Too Cute's formula is bomb per usual. Nothing to really, you know, exaggerate there because it's perfect, literally. Y'all cannot tell me that this color is not eating. It is so pretty. I love how soft the pink is, and I love how it has a lot of glitter in it, but it's not super chunky. Cause y'all know when acrylic has too much glitter in it, it's just the formula gets knocked off and it's just not that great. But the formula is good. The glitter is definitely there. You can see it. And the background color is not too sheer. And it has just enough pink in it. I just love it. Now let's get into this red. This red is so vibrant, one, and the quality of the actual acrylic powder is bomb. Every brand can't get a red acrylic right, but Too Cute definitely did their thing when they made this one, because y'all can clearly see I'm having no trouble at all pulling this acrylic down, covering the nail tip, and it's not sticking to my brush at all, and it's just very easy to work with, and it's very moldable. I do apologize for some clips being out of frame. I was struggling a little bit to stay in frame. I don't know how the girls do it. How y'all do y'all nails and stay in frame at the same time. Like, it was so hard for me. I don't know if I should do the putting my finger on top of something trick, like resting it on something. But I need for my nails to go down so my acrylic won't flood. So I was struggling, okay? But let's get into this red. It's so bomb. Period. Look at the shape. Everything is just coming together. And then I'm going to do this index finger, the same fairy dust. And I'm going to do the thumb, the Heartbreaker red. And this is application only. Ladies, make sure y'all get y'all application down pat. That way, when it comes to this part, you have no troubles. All you got to do is just refine what you already have. It's very important to keep your application nice, tidy, clean, and very crisp, so that when you finally get to the shaping part, it's literally a breeze. All right, so I'm using Nails by Dev Inspo Picture. I didn't realize she made a YouTube video of her actually doing it, and I really wished I would have watched it, because I could have skipped some stuff I was having trouble with, or just knew what to do altogether and what kind of color scheme. So I was just mixing colors, hoping I'd get the right color I wanted, but you know, it is what it is. I did definitely watch the video after, and 10 out of 10. So what I'm doing now is taking a pencil and I'm just going ahead and etching out my design. I like to do this because, I don't know, I just don't want to go straight in with polish and kind of mess up my proportions. So I kind of like to lightly sketch out what I'm doing. And now I'm going in with this very pale, pale nude, I guess, for Jessica's skin tone. And I'm just following my guidelines, but at the same time moving stuff around to my liking. I'm just using the sketch as like a rough guide. I'm not going to try to follow it exactly, because I am going to refine everything with the actual polish. And the brush I'm using right here, I think this is my, what is this? I think this is my A Galore 4mm, I think. I'm not really sure, but right now I'm just taking some D&D. I think this is Red Ferrari. I'm using it for her hair, And I'm just going to fill it in all this solid flat red color. And I'm just going to go in and make it dimensional by adding shadows and highlights. When you do this, make sure your paint layers are not too thick, because if you're painting it too thick, it won't cure properly in the light, and you'll get all types of air bubbles, and it just won't be good. So make sure whenever you're doing any type of portraits, make sure you lay your color on there flat and even, so you won't have any problems. The outlining part is definitely the worst part for me. It's so nerve-wracking because my hands shake so bad. And whenever I have to do fine, thin lines, I just cannot take it. I literally have to hold my breath and just pray that I could just smooth this polish on. But I managed to do a decent job. When it comes to her facial features, I definitely was struggling. But that's why it's important to make sure you have some nice, good brushes. I am going to buy another brush and cut more of the bristles out of it so it could be even more thin. Or I just may opt out and just go ahead and purchase Young Nails brush that comes with their Mission Control, which is super thin, super thin. Either or will work, but just make sure you have a nice brush. Make sure the brushes aren't fraying, because that's just gonna give you a hard time. So now I'm going to go in with a deeper red to add some shadows around her dress and her hair. Now when it comes to portraits, you want to try your best to add shadows and highlights, because it's going to help it look more realistic. You don't have to do it, but it's definitely advised that you add shadows and highlights. I'm going to add some purple nail polish to her eye. It's so funny because it's like I'm doing her makeup, but I'm using polish to do it. It's so funny. But right now, I'm not really loving how her face looks. I do go off camera to refine some things a little bit more after I'm done with her eye. But yeah, sometimes I just have to take a break, step back from the camera so I can hold my hand literally to my eyeball so I won't mess up. This eyeliner part is literally my favorite. I just love how it made her eyes so seductive and just so pretty. And also, when you're using the black, again, make sure you're not putting it on too thick, because black tends to try to cure kind of funny. So this is after I tweaked her up a little bit. I'm loving how she's looking. And now I'm going to go in with my A Galore 25mm brush. And again, sorry for some parts being off frame. But on the index and the pinky, I'm just going to do a basic white Frenchie. I did do a deep French this time. I am like trying to change the style of my French tips to make them more almond shape and a little bit more deeper, because normally I don't go like too deep with it, but I am experimenting and trying new things, like how I went all the way up to the cuticle with the line. That is something I didn't always do. I used to just start at the free edge with my French tip, but I love how this looks. And I'm using my Gelixir white. It's the best white, literally hands down. It's like white out. It's so white. Make sure your lines are nice and crisp and check this angle to make sure the French part is centered before you move on. I went ahead and did the pinky off camera. So cute. I just love how this looks as is with the shimmer in the background. It's so pretty. And then I also did 2 coats of that white. Remember, you want to do 2 coats just so you don't see any streakiness and any inconsistencies. Now I'm taking that same red I used for Jessica's hair, which is Ferrari Red by D&D. And I'm just going to head and do some lips. Lips are so easy to do. Literally, the top half is an M, and then just stretch it out. And then make sure you have a good old juicy bottom lip. Just make sure you keep your hands steady. Like I said, a nice clean brush will do the job every single time. And yeah, just take your time. I am loving how this is turning out. It is so bomb. I'm glad I did Jessica first so I could just breeze through everything else. I did decide to do XO on the pinky off camera because I was actually on the phone with my boyfriend. I didn't know if I should do it or not, but I'm so glad I did it because it just tied everything together. I just love it. Now I'm going to take this random red glitter and I'm going to put it over the solid red nail. But first, I'm going to top coat the rest of my nails. I almost forgot. Top coat your nails before you do the sugar nails because the glitter will literally get everywhere and you're going to be so upset. So top coat the rest of the nails if you're done with them. And then just leave the glitter nail for last so you won't have to worry about it messing up any of your other designs. And you can see that fairy dust glitter is coming to light when that top coat hits it. So pretty. And then heartbreaker on the thumb. I just left it plain because I did want more like red in the nails, and I just normally don't do a lot on the thumb. And I was kind of like not sure if I should cover this with glitter or not because I loved how this red acrylic looked. But y'all know me, I need a little shimmer, a little glitter. If I'm not doing any crystals, I need glitter. I'm a glitter girl. And just as I thought, bomb. It's definitely giving. I'm glad the glitter like didn't really mess anything up. Overall, this whole set is eating. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, girl, we're lit over here. Just go ahead and subscribe. And then also make sure you guys tell me happy birthday. My birthday is actually on Valentine's Day. So drop a happy birthday in the comments and make sure you follow me on Instagram. I will be posting pictures on my personal and my business page. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.